All right, and we are back. This is NHL 18, Calgary Flames, Franchise Mode. And this is episode number 35, I believe it is, as we welcome you to Franchise Mode here with the Calgary Flames. And we are just after the first round, in which we went to an exciting, probably the most exciting playoff series in a long time for the Calgary Flames, probably since well, we had some pretty exciting ones last year, so I shouldn't say that, but this was a thriller to epic proportions, if you will. The Edmonton Oilers, who else to make it that much more thrilling than your arch nemesis from just up the QE2, and it was an incredible series. It actually started right here, because those first two were the end of the regular season, but what a series it was. We started off dropping the first two games, both games at home. We dropped both game one and game two on home ice, and we were looking like we were in a huge hole, but then we went into Edmonton, into Rogers Arena, and we took the two games on the road. Excuse me, Rogers Place, I should say. It is Rogers Arena is our next opponent. Rogers Place, we won the two games there on the road. Then we came back at Game 5 and lost, again, on home ice. And it was a road series all the way, including Game 6, where we came back and tied it at 3, again, facing elimination for the third time in the series. And then it was a thriller. Overtime, Game 7, and of course, John Tavares was able to come through for us, and we eliminated the Edmonton Oilers for the second time in a span of 3 seasons in the first round, so that was good to see. But what a series it was for the Calgary Flames and Edmonton Oilers. They actually probably were the better team. I have to say, in the first round there, especially in those first couple games. I mean, we did finish ahead of them in the standings by just like 1 point. But I mean, man, when we looked at it, we had a much better, or probably a slightly better offense. We had all around better depth. But the main thing is we had a goalie in John Gibson who was 89. I think their best goalie, they had two goalies, and their goalies were about 77 each. Like, there is no reason when we had an 89 goalie and they had a 77 there that we should have lost that game. So that was pretty horrible, or that we should have even been close to losing that series. So it was pretty horrible that we were in the position we were in. I mean, we had one of the best offenses in the NHL, and they still managed to take us to 7. So yeah, Peter Budaj and Antti Niemi, both 76 overall. We had an 89 in John Gibson. Now, Gibson played horrible in the first 2 games, but then stole the show the rest of the series and got us the wins that we needed. But I'm just amazed that this was the team that took us to 7. Like, I didn't expect us, like I said, to sweep the Oilers, but I certainly didn't expect us to go 7 all the way to overtime. They do have a lethal top 6. I will admit that. Their top 6 is where it's at. But we also have probably just as good of a top 6 as they do. We had slightly better depth down here, and I think we had a slightly better all-around blue line. Yeah, we did. They have a pretty lethal top pairing, but they have nothing in their bottom 4, and our bottom 4 was much better than theirs. So I was just to look back at that series, it's just I was shocked that we went to 7. I got a little bit animated there in the last episode. It was a thriller. I really didn't think we were going to come out of it on the right side. Luckily for us, John Tavares was the one that got it done for us in overtime in Game 7. I mean, that's as close as it could get. But yeah, look at our top 6. I mean, our top 6 is just as good as theirs. Our bottom 6 probably up there as well. I'm going to start, no, you know what, I'll leave Janko up there. I switched Fu and Janko around there at the end of that series, but we'll start off the series the way this is. We did make a few line changes, but, and like I said, we had all around better defensive depth here. Why is Chillington there? Where's Giordano? Didn't Giordano, yeah, he got injured at the end of the last episode. That's right. Mark Giordano got injured. So that is that's not good. So I was going to fix the line. So actually, give me a second here. I completely forgot that at the very end of that series that our captain got injured. So let me fix these lines here because I've got to go into every line now, and I don't want Chillington playing all Giordano's minutes. So give me a second. I'm just going to fix the lines. All right, so back here, I just finished editing all the lines. Just wanted to check here on his status if we had any update, but we don't. It's still pending evaluation on his injury. So I forgot, it did happen right at the end of the last episode, so we're gonna have to give it a couple days of simulation. Hopefully he's not out long. I can't remember what it said his estimated return date was. We don't even know what the injury is right now on this screen, but hopefully he's not out long. He is only an 83, but he is still one of our top 4 defensemen. We still need him in there. So I went in, I changed all the lines or the defensive pairings around. Basically, I put Brooks or Pick in every defensive situation because that's the guy that we went and got at the trade at deadline. He is a veteran. I believe he's only, 78, but he is a defensive defenseman. So I put him in pretty much all of our defensive lines, like penalty kill, all of that. He's also playing, he's going to play top 4 minutes. He's the veteran. I mean, this is why we went out and got this type of guy at trade deadline. We wanted to bring in that veteran piece, even though it doesn't mean much in this game. To bring in a 39-year-old experienced veteran defenseman, 78 overall, but a big thing is his defensive stats on the right side there. 84 defensive awareness, 86 there in the shot blocking and stick checking. So that is going to be huge. 86 in the aggressiveness as well. He's a good physical defensive defenseman. So that's what we need. He doesn't bring any offense at all. So in all the offense, like on the power play, I put in Eric Holla instead and some of those other guys. But on all of our defensive lines anyway. I got the veteran Brooks Orpik, so he's going to step up his minutes. Oliver Chillington and Slater Cuckoo will obviously man the third pairing there, and that's how we will have to roll into the second round because that's all we have. So now what we get to do is take a look here at the Vancouver Canucks. So like I said, thrilling series against the Oilers. I'm happy it's over. It was a crazy series. I didn't expect them to take us all the way to 7, but we were able to get by them by 1 goal in overtime. At the end of the day, we still won the series. That's all that matters. So now we have to find a way to beat the Vancouver Canucks, who are the top team in our division. So just looking at the stats here, let's start with goals for. In the first round. Obviously, us and Edmonton were near the top. They outscored us in that series by just 1 goal, 21-20 there. But you can see the Canucks 19. So we did score 1 more goal than the Canucks in the first round. So it should be probably a high-scoring series again. I expect, but we'll take a look here at the lines in a second. In terms of goals allowed, we did allow 21, so that was one of the, obviously, Oilers allowed 20 as well. But that was our problem there in the first series, especially in the first couple games. We were allowing way too many goals there. Obviously, like I said, John Gibson had a horrible start, but he did pick it up going into Game 3. Remember, if you did watch last episode, you'll remember that we even contemplated about not even starting John Gibson. We contemplated about going with Michael Neuwirth to finish off the series in games 3 and 4, but we made the huge decision to stick with our reigning Conn Smythe goaltender in John Gibson, and it was the right choice because he bounced back and he won us the series. He had a really stellar end to that series, but it could have been a lot worse. But anyways, that was our problem there. We averaged about 3 goals a game in the first round. You can see Canucks, they're about down here, about halfway in the pack. They let in 13 goals in that first round. They averaged 217. So again, obviously they're better than us in that, or better than us. Yeah. When we look at the power play here, you can see we were in the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, top 6, whatever. 27.3. That's not a bad power play. That's actually pretty damn good. We did let the Oilers power play go at 33.3. So again, that was horrible. I just really don't know what we were doing there against Edmonton. Vancouver, their power play was pretty good as well, 14.3, or pretty average, I should say. That's about average. Ours was much better at 27.3. So we do have the better power play going in. Again, it's always about special teams. I find you win the special teams battle, you will win the series. Although somehow I think Edmonton beat us in the special teams in that first round. PK, you can see here we were probably at the bottom. Yeah, we were at the bottom, 66.7. That was bad PK. Oilers weren't too much better. So I mean, really, us and the Oilers and even the Canucks were pretty much similar in a lot of numbers. They did have a slightly better PK at 82.6. So I don't know, that first round's hard to gauge off of those stats because we did have a bad first round. Who's to say we can't pick it up here in the second round, and that is obviously what we're hoping for. Now, the Vancouver Canucks did finish ahead of us. They actually clinched the Pacific Division and the Western Conference, so they were the top team by quite a few points, I think 2. We are actually the underdogs going into round 2. This is probably going to be the toughest team. Well, they are the best team from the Western Conference, so this will be probably the toughest series for us. Just taking a look there at the numbers there from the round 1. Obviously, John Tavares leading the way. Dougie Hamilton, Jake Bean, 6 points each. 5 points for Spencer Fu, who had a really good series, although he did go -1. Kachuk there, 5 points. Gaudreau, 5. Monahan. You'd like to see a little bit more out of these two, Gaudreau and Monahan, your two big players. Obviously, Tavares was getting it done, but just a little bit more of these guys, mainly because they were in the minuses there, just slightly in -1. So want to see a little bit more of them. Wheeler, Hala, Neal. So just a quick look there. But the main thing we want to do is look here at the Vancouver Canucks stats, because we got to break down their team now, see what we're facing. So there it is. Former Calgary Flame Marcus Granlund is leading the way. 11 points. Are you freaking kidding me? In 6 games? He almost went 2 points a game. Unreal. So they got it done in 6. I forget who they were playing. I think it was the Coyotes in the first round, but they got by the Coyotes in 6. We got by the Oilers in 7. But 11 points for Granlund. So unreal. That was one of the worst trades the Flames ever made, was Hunter Shinkaruk for Marcus Granlund. By far, Granlund, in real life and in this game, Granlund is the better player. Anyways, moving on, they do have Mike Hoffman, 9 points in 6 games, so he's probably on the top line there with Granlund. I mean, Granlund is an 86. I don't know about that. I don't think that's realistic, but he is an 86. Hoffman an 85. That's probably their top line. Sven Berchi comes in at an 85. I don't know if he's maybe on the top. It looks like they're a little weak on the right side, so they might be playing 2 left wingers on the top line. 7 points there for Berchi. Horvat comes in at 85, so he's probably their second line center. 4 points there. Louis Eriksson. Then they still have Daniel and Henrik Sedin. So the Sedins have not retired. This is crazy. They're 39 years of age and they have not retired. Obviously, they have in real life, but not in this game. So they're still playing down there. Now, 80 is Henrik and Daniel is 81. So they're probably third line at best. Could even be on the fourth line. They are still on the team though, so that's just interesting. But anyways, just looking at some of the guys that it's mainly Granlund, Hoffman, and Berchi that are leading the way when it comes to forwards and all skaters really. Just taking a look quickly at defensemen that are leading the way. No points coming, just Tanev with 1 goal. So this is huge. Their blue line is pretty weak when it comes to offense. They do have a defensive blue line. So Chris Tanev, defensive defenseman. Eric Branson, defensive defenseman. Adam McQuaid, defensive. So see they have a really well defensive defense core, but no offense. So they do not expect anything to come from like 1 point between all of the defensemen. But again, look at their plus-minus category. Every defenseman was in the pluses, so except for Troy Stetcher, who was an even 0. So they are a really good defensive core, not a good offensive core. But that's okay, because defense does win championships at the end of the day. There he is, Jacob Markstrom, 89. So they have obviously a much better goalie, actually a much better tandem. Thatcher Demko, coming in at 85. This is the guy they're probably going to go with in the future. 24 years of age, medium elite. He's already an 85. That is incredible. But right now they are rolling with the 30-year-old in Jacob Markstrom, and he is an 89. So why wouldn't you? John Gibson's an 89. So this is a completely even matchup when it comes to goaltending. They actually have the edge because they have the better backup than we do. We have 82 in Michael Neufwerth. They have Thatcher Demko, who's like an 85. So I shouldn't have to come to the backup positions, but look at their goaltending compared to what we saw in Edmonton. 939 there, by the way, for Jacob Markstrom. So that is going to be a challenge. We're going to have to find a way to obviously let our offense is going to have to find a way to score goals here, because we do have a powerful offense, but it just wasn't getting it done in round 1 against the Oilers. We cannot afford to have the same type of series that we did there against Edmonton here against Vancouver, because they will just destroy us if we have that type of series. Wow, look at that depth. Unbelievable. So they do have a good team. You can see why they won the West. Won the Western Conference. So yeah, as expected, Hoffman, Granlund, and Berchi round out their top line. That is a pretty good top line. I mean, it's not a lethal top line in terms of ratings, but they're getting it done. Like in this first round, that's probably one of the best top lines in the NHL. I mean, our top line should be way more powerful than this top line, but again, they're getting it done with an 85, an 86, and an 85. So that's incredible. They have a decent second line at 83, 85, and 84. Again, we have a much better second line on paper, but this top 6 is getting it done for them in that first round. But where they have us beat here is down here. Much better depth. So like I said, they have the Sedins. They actually split the Sedins up. They got one on the fourth line, one on the third line. Sam Gagner, and Nikolai Khudobin, Louis Eriksson down there, and Reed Boucher. So they only have one guy under 80, and that's Reed Boucher. He's a 79 though. But they have that's a pretty decent third line. Slightly better than ours, and that's a pretty decent fourth line. That's obviously better than our fourth line. So they do have us slightly beat in terms of depth. Like I said, their defensive core is very defensive based. You can see they start off with Ben Hutton and Chris Tanev. That's an okay top pairing. Their bottom four is, again, weaker on paper, but again, they're getting it done in the defensive category. So, I mean, this is hard because, again, we're reading off of the overalls, and we, on paper, we have a much better team than them, but yet they were a much better team in the first round than we were. But yeah, again, when it comes to the goaltending, that's where we are completely even with them on paper and probably on the ice as well. So, I mean, again, we should have a better team, but they're getting it done. They won the Western Conference. They won their first round in 6. I mean, they're just getting it done. So it doesn't matter that they got a much better spread out team than probably anybody in the Western Conference, and that is why they are where they are. So anyways, that is enough of the breakdown. That is that. I mean, I don't know what else to say, what else to do. That's the series that we're going into. I don't think this is going to be an easy series at all. Obviously, the Edmonton series was not easy, but I think this one's going to be even tougher. And so, like I said, we even show up in this series the way we did against Edmonton. I think you can count us out of this series easily. But hopefully not, because hopefully we can turn it around heading into this series. So let's get right into it. Let's get right into Game 1. So they do have home ice advantage. Like I said, they were the top team in the West. But let's get right into Game 1 here against Vancouver. I don't see any reason why not. Our lines are set. Again, we are going in without Mark Giordano. So we do have an injury, but hopefully we can get it done. We have to get off to a good start here. We're going to do real-time sim as well for this one. We didn't do that against Edmonton, but we're doing it in this series. So here we go. We're starting things off with the power play. Our power play has to be better, and there it is. Matty Tkachuk gets us up, and then they score. Mike Hoffman. So there we go. Jankowski. So it's a good start for us offensively, but we can't be allowing those goals 5 minutes into Mike Hoffman. They're on the power play now. This is the PK. Looks like the PK got it done there. Not too bad here of a start for the Flames. There it is. Jankel's second of the period. That is huge. Huge to see our depth come through. And don't forget, Jankowski is on the 4th line now. So that's 2 goals by the 4th line. That is what you like to see. So let's keep it going here into the second period. We've got the 2-goal lead. Come on, second penalty kill of the game. And we do get the penalty kill as we go on an abbreviated power play there. But like I said, we have to win the special teams battle. I think that's going to come down to winning the series, especially in this one in such a even matchup. Two of the top teams we were the 2 top teams in the Western Conference this year. Jake Bean chipping in with the scoring to make it 4-1 Calgary. That is huge going into the third period. To see Jake Bean get a goal there, that is just huge. That's a huge goal. There's one from Sean Monahan. We said about it. Monahan, Gaudreau, Tavares, they have to pick up the slack there, and they're doing it so far early in this one. Monahan and Tavares, at least 2 goals by them. They're fighting back here, though, are the Canucks. Tanev and Granlund with 2 quick goals. They've cut our lead in half. We're still up by 3 goals, however. We got to find a way to hang on, and it looks like we will. So we do pump on almost 40 shots there onto Markstrom. We score 6 times, but we do allow 3 goals. We were doing pretty good right there till the end of that third period until they scored 2 quick ones. Overall, though, pretty good game for the Calgary Flames, you have to say. Obviously, a 6-3 win. That is huge. Nobody in the minuses. Good nights for quite a few players there in the 2 points for Brody Holla. Holla, maybe on the power play, they were getting some power play time. Good to see Janko on the 4th line get a couple. Bean, huge game from him. Same with Tkachuk. So that's good to see. Johnny does chip in with an assist. Monty and Tavares chipping in with goals. That's what you like to see. 8-9 for John Gibson. We'll take it. Not his best performance, but we will take it. He did get the job. Like I said, if it wasn't for those final 2 goals that they scored there at the end, Gibson would have had an incredible night. Those last 2 goals definitely hurting his numbers slightly. But that is a huge way to start off the series. A 6-3 win, a commanding 6-3 win in Rogers Arena against the Vancouver Canucks. So that's good to see. Now we have to find a way. So Giordano is back, so that's good. We have to find a way here to win game number 2. So let's go here. Let's just go blah, 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 blah. Oops, what am I doing here? Starting lineup. But yeah, we have to find a way to win game 2. We have to go up 2-0 on this team. They're too good of a team to let them tie this series up. So we'll probably take out the rookie in Chillington. We'll bring in Mark Giordano, put him back into this series. Should we put the pairings back as they were? Probably. We can always go back to Brody and Hamilton and Orpik and Bean if we have to. But we'll go back with Giordano up with Hamilton, Brody and Bean. Well, you know what? We'll leave Orpik on all of the defensive categories because our penalty kill did really well there against the Canucks. The only thing is we'll Yeah, we'll take out Eric Holla. Despite him having 2 points there in that game, we'll still put Giordano back on the power play. I'm not sure if his 2 points came on the power play, so that's what we can't tell. Yeah, we'll put Gio back on the power play, but we'll leave Brooks Orpik back in all of those penalty kill, all of those defensive plays. He's getting it done. That penalty kill was getting it done, so that's good. Alright, so here we go. First period of game number 2. Again, we have to find a way to win this game. This is an important one. For us, we have to go up 2-0 in the series. There it is. Johnny Gaudreau's first of the series. He only had 1 point in game 1. Here he comes through in game number 2. This is what we need to see out of Gaudreau, Tavares, Monahan. Our top players have to be our top players in this series. And that's the only way we're going to win. So that's good to see. Johnny Gaudreau makes it 1-0 Calgary Flames after 20 minutes of play. Second period here. Come on, Calgary. Huge period. Yes! Andrew Mangiapane. Mange getting it done. Eat bread right there. Mangiapane. Just love to see that. But yes, 2-0 Calgary Flames. That is another, or actually Mangiapane's on the 3rd line now, or is he back on the 4th line? Either way, it's 2-1 Calgary as Daniel Sedin has just scored. Again, Sedin on their 3rd line. But we are hanging on right now, heading into the final 20. So we are out shooting them. We are out scoring them by just a little bit in each category. We have to find a way to hang on. We cannot afford to let them come back in the 3rd period like we did in game 1. Come on. Oh, and they do just that. Bo Horvat ties the game up with his first of the series. Come on, Calgary. Come on. We got to find a way to win this one. Get that lead back. Come on. Here's the power play that we need. Here's the power play. Nothing on that power play. Huge PK. Huge PK. Come on, PK. Come on, Calgary. Come on. Hang on here. We got to find a way to get a late one here, Calgary. Come on. Come on, like that's another game where we put up almost 40 shots, like 38. We put up 39 last game, 38 this game in regulation on Markstrom. We're putting up the shots. We just need to get the goals. This one is going to overtime, so this is a massive game. If we score, we go up 2-0 and take a demanding lead on this series. If Vancouver scores, this series is deadlocked at 1 going back to Calgary. So we need to find a way to get this goal. This is the most important goal right now for the Calgary Flames. Will it be Mr. Overtime in John Tavares? Let's hope it is. Come on, Calgary Flames. Overtime. Come on, overtime. Come on, Flames. Oh my God, they get it. Daniel Sedin, are you kidding me? His second of the game. 81 overall on the 3rd line, and he scores 2 goals for them. Unbelievable. Where is our overtime magic? That's horrible. This series is back deadlocked at 1 apiece. So Gaudreau in the minuses. Hamilton, so that top line struggling tonight. That is not good at all. What was John Gibson's night like? 909, so much better night for Gibson than game 1, but still not getting the job done in terms of the win. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to lose. It did go to overtime. We had the lead. We blew the lead in the 3rd period. They tied it, and then obviously they wanted it overtime, so that's a huge come-from-behind win for them. But now we have to take the series back to the Dome, and we have to find a way to win both games in the Dome. Don't even worry about scheduling right now. Okay, we have to find a way to win both of these games. I mean, we were horrible on home ice in round 1. We have to be better on home ice here in round number 2 if we want a fighting chance. So this sucks. This sucks that we're deadlocked at 1. I really wanted to go back home with a 2-0 series lead. But that's the way it is. They're a good team. We know that. So let's get the win here in game 3. We have to go up 2-1. Can't let them go up 2-1. This is a huge game. So here we go. Game number 3. Back on home ice from the Dome in Calgary. Flames and Nucks. Here we go. Oh, and they score first. Sam Gagner beating John Gibson. Come on, Flames. Come on, pick it up here. Come on. We had the lead in this series. Let's get it back. We can't let them get this game. All right, so we do kill off a penalty there, so that is good to see. Second period. Where's our offense right now? 9 shots in that first period. Come on, where's our offense? Big penalty kill. Come on, another penalty kill here. Come on, come on. Our PK's been excellent this series. We just need to get our offense going. Here we go. Come on, power play. Come on, power play. We have to get the power plays. Like, Jesus, Calgary. We need offense here. 16 shots and we got nothing to show for. Come on. 19 shots after 40 minutes and absolutely nothing on the board. Come on, Flames. This is the biggest period of our season. Come on, 3rd period right here. We have to find a way to tie this one. Come on, Flames. At least tie it up. Come on. Where's our offense? Calgary, offense. Offense. Come on, Gibson's doing everything he can. He stopped 30-plus shots. Where is our offense? Are you kidding me? Markstrom can't be playing that good. Come on, we got 3 minutes here. Come on, Flames. Offense, we need it. We need to tie this one up. Oh my god. Unbelievable. You're telling me we just got shut out in a frickin' Stanley Cup playoff game? Oh, like we have one of the best offenses in the league. What is going on, Calgary? 9-7-3. We only lose this 1-1 nothing, but that is incredible that we can't score a frickin' goal. And that is just like that. They take a 2-1 series lead. Like, that is horrible. Oh my god. Calgary. This is not the time for your offense to go dry. Let's try switching Wheeler and Neal around, because we got to do something here. Spencer Fu, you get back up on that second line with Mange and Holla. Cedric Parquette, I wonder if we bring you out. Who's scratched right now for us? Tyler Ennis. Let's get Ennis back in. Why is Ennis scratched? I forgot why we scratched him. We'll put Ennis over here. Jankel, you're supposed to be in the middle. So yeah, let's get Ennis back in this one. Put Spencer Fu back up there. We'll leave Chillington out for now. We'll row with the veterans. But we have to find a way here to start scoring some goals. Let's actually, you know what? One last thing. Let's tweak our power play just slightly. Let's see if we can get. We can't get our power play going. Because my God, we got Gaudreau, Tavares, Monahan. But I wonder if we go back to just Wheeler, keep it set. You know what? Let's try Chucky up there. Let's give Chucky a chance up there. Put Wheeler, Monahan, and Neal down here. But yeah, we got to find something going here at Calgary. I mean, this is incredible. Like, this is not good. Whoops. Okay, let's go. What am I doing here? Here we go. Okay, we have to tie this series up. So here it is, game number 4. Like they say, this is the most important game in any series, and you can see exactly why here. We either go down 3-1 into a massive hole and face elimination, or we tie the series up heading back to Vancouver, back at 2, and make it a 3-game series, a best of 3. So we, like I said, this is easily, arguably, the most important game of any series, and it definitely is the case here. So let's jump right into it. Game 4 on home ice. We have to find a way to win this. This is a must-win for the Calgary Flames. Real-time sim. Here we go. They started off 1-0. Mike Hoffman. Okay, there we go. John Tavares ties this game up. There we go. Spencer Fu back on that third line. Gets it up for Calgary 2-1. Hang on, Flames. Come on, we need more offense, though. Huge PK there. We get it. Come on, another PK. Come on, we get it. We have to find a way to hang on here. So we're hanging on to a 2-1 lead here. Come on, heading into the second period. Let's go, Calgary Flames. We've got to find a way to hang on here. We have to tie this series up. So here's a huge power play. Come on, this is why we tweaked our power play. Something has to happen on the frickin' power play, please. Like, oh my God. I can't. Come on, Flames, hang on. Come on, hang on. We got to score more goals, though. Like, we can't score 1-2 goals a game and expect to win. There's Granlund again. Oh my God, okay. Granlund has tied this game up. This is it. This might be the most important 20 minutes to save our season. Calgary Flames, please, for the love of God, show up in this third period. Please do something. Power play. Power play, come on. Why? Like, why does our power play have to be horrible? Why? Oh my God, we have to find a way to win this game. Like, oh, there's Besser. It's over. Brock Besser. This could be the series right there. But there it is. Tyler Ennis back in the lineup, and he's tied the game up with 1:40 to go. And the Calgary Flames are going to force overtime. And we have to find a way to win this, though. We've come back in the third period. We got to find a way to win this. This is it. Biggest goal right here. Here we go, overtime. Come on, Flames. Please score the goal. Come on, we have to go back to Vancouver 2-2. Come on. Oh, no. Why? Sven Baertschi, the former Flame. Oh, just to rub salt in the room, it has to be Baertschi and Granlund that does all the damage to us as well. Like, unreal. We have just gone down 3-1 for the second time in back-to-back series. Giordano, horrible night. I think I'm going to take the captain out. Heading into game 4. 8-9-9. Like, this is just, I really don't know what else to say. This is horrible. We are now down 3-1 yet again. Do we have another huge comeback on us? I really don't know, but I mean, this is just We came back from 3-1 down against the Oilers. We're going to have to find a way to do it here. We want to salvage our season. This is just we got to think positive here. We got to think we can still come back in this series. I mean, like I said, we did it against Edmonton there in the last one, so we have to continue to think positive here. Oh, that's not good. You hate to go down 3-1 and know that you really don't have as good of a chance, especially against a team like Vancouver. I mean, Edmonton was a tough team too, but Vancouver is an even tougher team to go 3 down too. So we weren't actually 3 down. We were 3-2. We were 2-2. We went down 3-2 in that series. So we didn't go down 3-1. We went down 3-2, and then faced elimination in games 6, and game 6 and 7, excuse me, and then we fought back. So right now we are facing elimination as early as game 5. So we have to go back to obviously Rogers Arena and win this game. And then go back to Calgary and do the same, and once more in Rogers Arena. So we really do have quite the task ahead of us. It's definitely not going to be easy, but I mean, it doesn't seem right. We have a well-built team. We shouldn't be where we are. I mean, our offense is just not producing right now. It doesn't make sense. I mean, this isn't the year that we should go out. Like, it feels like we should be doing a lot more. We built our team to win a Stanley Cup, but I mean, like I said, we do slightly have a better team on paper, but I mean, I really don't know. So, I think what we're going to do here is we'll take Stepniak out because he hasn't done too much in this series. We just need some sort of offense. Let's try inserting Cedric Parquet. We'll put him there. I think we'll leave the lines actually as is. Yeah, we'll leave them as is. We'll just switch Wheeler and Neal back to their usual lines. It's the power play. I just want to look at... I think I'm going to leave Giordano. This is just such tough decisions to make. I mean, he is the veteran. He is our captain. Let's leave him in there. I just want to look at our power play, because, like, what can we do here to, I mean, maybe make our power play slightly better? Can we try Bean with Brody? I mean, putting our 2 best offensive defensemen up there, excuse me. Kachuk. And, I mean, let's throw Monahan back there one more time, see if it makes a difference. I don't know what else to do. I mean, we are facing elimination. This is all we can do right now, and to give us the best chance. So, without further ado, let's just jump right into Game 5. Like I said, we are down 3-1 in this series. We've really had trouble in scoring in this game. But again, look at this series just one more time before we go into Game 5 here. I mean, the first game was all us. The second game, though, and the third game, I mean, you're talking about 1-goal games. Even the fourth game, 2 of these games in overtime. This one, which we got shut out here in Game 3, easily could have won. So, I mean, we easily could have won this series in 4 games. Like, we could have won games 2, 3, and 4. They've been so close. We haven't been able to get that extra push to get by them. But I mean, this really has been a much closer series than it looks. I mean, it looks like right now on the scoreboard here that Vancouver is up 3-1. But it should be much closer than the score says there. We got to get ourselves back in this series. That's the only way we can do this. So here we go. For the third time in the playoffs, we are facing elimination for the second back-to-back series. We are facing elimination. Our season is once again on the line. This is it. Do we have what it takes to make that push and stay in the hunt for the Stanley Cup? I don't want to go home in round 2. It's way too early to go home. Come on, Calgary Flames. Like, we can still make this happen. We can fight back from 3-1 down. It's not impossible. We just have to get some goals here. We have to get some offense going. I mean, we have to be the better offensive team. Our star players need to start showing up. Nothing in the first 20 minutes. We did throw 14 shots on goal to their 5. But we need something on the scoreboard. We need some goals here. I mean, shots are no good. Okay, here's a huge PK. We don't get it. Thomas Vanek scores, and it's 1-0 Canucks in the second period. Come on, Flames. We have to fight back here. Like, where is our offense? We need our offense to show up. Like, I just don't understand. We have such a well-built team. Like, there's going to be so many off-season questions if we don't make it past this game. So here we go. Final 20 minutes of play. Our season is literally on the line. I know I've said that a lot, but I mean, this is it. We have the potential of being beat 4-1. Excuse me. and exiting in the second round. I mean, it just doesn't seem right. But let's hope that that's not the case. Again, we have to think positive here. We can still win this game and win this series, but it starts with this final 20 minutes, possibly of our season. Come on, Calgary Flames. There it is. Dougie Hamilton on the power play. So the power play finally gets a goal. This game is tied. Hang on, Calgary. Come on. Keep on pushing. Use the momentum here. We have to use the momentum. It's back in our favor. Come on, Calgary Flames. Let's get a late one here, Flames. Come on. 3 minutes. Yes! James the real deal, Neil. James the real deal, Neil. Hang on. Hang on, Calgary. Yes! That is a huge come from behind win in the third period for the Calgary Flames. James the real deal, Neil, and Dougie Hamilton. That is just massive. Massive win there for the Calgary Flames. Neil with only 3 minutes to go in the period, and the Flames do come from behind and win 2-1. Again, we're not getting the offense that we need, though. We're only winning this game 2-1, but I mean, I'll take it as long as we're winning the games. But it's mind-boggling that we're not getting any offense in this series. 9-6-7, really good night for John Gibson. He's holding us in this series right now. So we have forced a 6th game. We have to take it one game at a time. We did it in Game 5. Can we do it again in Game 6? We just need to win one more game at a time here. We need 2 more games, but let's just focus on Game 6. We are going back to Calgary. This is it. We have a chance to get ourselves back into this. So, yeah, okay. So we'll worry about the scouting later. We have to. This is it. So I'm not going to make any lineup changes. We just won Game 5, 2-1. We still have a chance in this series. We're right back in it. It's a 3-2 series. Anybody's series now. Come on, Calgary Flames. We have to use our home ice advantage right here. Oh, this is it. This is it. I'm just going to jump right in. This is our series right here. Once again, facing elimination for the 2nd straight game. Season once again on the line. Come on, Calgary Flames. Here we go. Come on, we have to use our home ice advantage here. Come on, power play. Come on, power play. Our power play was slightly better there in Game 5, but it has to continue. There we go. There's Dougie Hamilton's 2nd goal in a row in this series, but then they respond with Bo Horvat. So come on, Calgary Flames. Keep it coming, Calgary. We can do this. We can still win. Like, this is still anybody's series. Come on, Flames. 2nd period, here we go. 1-1 tie. Flames and Canucks. Game 6. Doesn't get bigger than this. Oh my god. Well, I guess if it goes to Game 7, it could get bigger. But let's hope it gets there. We just have to force a 7th game. Let's just get ourselves to a 7th game. Come on, Flames. Come on. 3 minutes to go here in the 2nd. Come on, Calgary. Oh, 20 minutes. This is it. This is all. Come on, Calgary. 20 minutes right here. We have to use this 20 minutes to force a 7th game. Come on, Flames. Get ourselves back to Vancouver. Let's force ourselves back to Vancouver. Come on, power play. Our power play, please, has to do something. Come on, power play. Come on. This is just brutal. There we go. James the real deal, Neil. 2nd straight game for him scoring a goal in the 3rd period. Hang on now. Just hang on. Hang on, Calgary. Please hang on. 2 minutes. Hang on. Empty net. Hang on. There we go. For the 2nd straight game, the Calgary Flames get goals from James, the real deal Neil, and Dougie Hamilton. Both goals come from those 2 guys, and we win both games by a score of 2-1. Guess what? We have just forced a 7th game. Suddenly, the Canucks have all the pressure on them as we have come back from a 3-1 series down, a tie the series at 3-3. And now we have a chance to pull the ultimate comeback and win this series. So, again, Neil, another 2-point night there. Another stellar night for John Gibson. In games 5 and 6, quietly, John Gibson has really been the story here. And that's obviously what we need. Obviously, out of our number 1 goalie. That's why we went and got him in the offseason, is for games like this when we're in trouble. We need him to get us out of the trouble, and he is doing just that. He's giving us every fighting chance to win this series, and now he's gotten us to Game 7. We have a chance to finish this off. I mean, it's been... this first half of the series was not what we wanted, but we've come back. And again, every game, minus Game 1, every game's been a 1-goal game. I mean, it's been an incredibly close series. This Game 7 could literally go either way. I mean, this is insane. for the second straight series of this playoffs, we are going to Game 7, and they are massive Game 7s. Like that one against Edmonton really could have went either way. It went to overtime, and it ended up going to overtime and going our way. This game, Game 7 here against the Canucks, I feel is the same thing. It really can go either way. We need it to go our way. We need it to go our way if we want to get back to the Western Conference Finals for a second straight season. I mean, I don't see any reason we can't, and it looks like it's going to be Nashville in the Western Finals, Columbus and Carolina in the East. Can we be that final team to punch our ticket to the Final Four, or will it be Vancouver? Come on, it has to be us. This is our time. Our window is now. Come on, Calgary Flames. One more game to push ourselves into the Western Conference Finals. Please do it, Calgary. This is it. One more game against the Canucks. We can do this. We can pull off the upset. Come on, we've come back. And there we go. Cedric Parquet. Fourth line goal for the Calgary Flames. John Tavares. Yes, there's our big players. We need our superstars to come through in Game 7s like this. Johnny Gaudreau, John Tavares, Sean Monahan, Matthew Tkachuk. These guys have to come through. John Tavares has so far come through. Blake Wheeler, even James Neal. We need these guys to come through, the veterans on the team. We're up 2-0 after 20 minutes of play in Game 7. That's all you could ask for. Now we have to hang on to this. Do not blow the lead. Gibson's been playing out of his mind. We have to help him out here. Only allowed 8 shots against. That's huge. Huge power play. We don't get anything on the special teams zone. That has really been a problem for us in this series. Oh my god, there they go. They got this to a 1-goal game. Thomas Vanek will not go away. 3 minutes to go in the second, and it's a 1-goal game. Hang on, PK. Come on, hang on, PK. That's a huge PK. Here it is, 20 minutes left. If we can just hang on for 20 minutes, we can pull the ultimate comeback from 3-1 down. Please, Calgary, for the love of God, I want this to happen against Vancouver. Please, please hang on. Game 7. Please hang on. I want to go back to the Western Conference Finals. Okay, we have a 5-on-3. You got to do something on the 5-on-3. Come on, Calgary. Come on, hang on. Half a period to go. This is the longest period ever. Please hang on. No, PK. 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 There we go. That's a huge PK. Hang on. Hang on. Only a minute left. Come on, Calgary. A minute. Yes! We've done it. Woo! We have just come back from 3-1 down. Suck it, Vancouver. Woo! That is huge. I'm sorry. I can't contain the excitement there. That isn't... Oh, I didn't think we were going to do it. I mean, I didn't think we were going to do it against Edmonton. I definitely didn't think we were going to do it against Vancouver. To come back from 3-1 down? Like, this is incredible. This really could be our year because, I mean, this has been an incredible series playoff run through the first 2 rounds. That is 2 rounds that I did not want to go the way they did. And 2 rounds against 2 of our biggest rival opponents. And we have somehow, like, how is this even possible? I mean, I know this is just a video game, but if this was real life, this wouldn't even be, like, to come back from 3-2 down against Edmonton, force the 7th game, win that in overtime, in what was one of the most thrilling playoff series I've ever seen, and then to go into the Vancouver series and go down 3-1 after 4 games, and then come back and win 3 straight games, all by a score of 2-1. Like, look at that. You can't make this stuff up. 2-1 in Game 5, 2-1 in Game 6, 2-1 in Game 7. Like, what? I don't even know. I don't even know. Edmonton, Vancouver, I don't even know how this happened. But we have done it. And we are the best. We should have done it to begin with. Man, those were 2 of the most thrilling and nerve-wracking series I've ever seen. And have to be in Calgary Flames franchise history, because that was just incredible. I mean, man. And we have now punched our ticket for the 2nd straight year back to the Western Conference Finals, barely, may I add, but my God. So, wow. That should do it for this episode. We're going to end it here. I didn't think we were going to come back. When we were down 3-1, I really was expecting to write us off for the season. I thought we were going to be talking at the end of this video about the massive off-season moves we have to make. Let's hold that thought because it doesn't look like we're there just yet. We still have life left in us here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We're heading to the Western Conference Finals. The Nashville Predators will be our opponents this year. After last year, it was the St. Louis Blues. This year, it will be the Predators in the Western Conference Finals, and we'll have a chance to play for a ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals for a 2nd straight year. So, pretty exciting. We have a lot of questions to answer. I'm just going to leave this episode here. We'll pick it up in the next episode, but we got to figure out our power play, and we have to figure out our offense. It's been very inconsistent. We have to figure out how to get this going because we need our offense going at this time of year. But we'll end this episode here. What a thrilling episode. What a thrilling last two episodes, last two series. Let's just hope we can keep it continuing against the Predators. Let's just hope it doesn't go 7. Let's hope we can end off the Predators before 7, because I mean that's just a lot of nerve-wracking moments in the last two series. But I think we can do it against Nashville. I mean, we pretty much did the impossible there against Vancouver and even against Edmonton. I don't think there's anything we can't do now. So let's just see if we can get ourselves back to the Stanley Cup Finals with a win in the Western Conference Finals. But first, we have to get through the Nashville Predators. That comes up in the next episode, episode 36.